Hey guys, my name is Ouyang Linkai. You can just call me Kevin Ouyang. So welcome to my page. I'll be respond for the project integration perspective of business problem. Okay, so we are moving on for the next pages. Okay, here is for our group question. It is how may we reduce the barriers in the business partnership? As far as we know, there's a lot of question and problem that we face real in our business. So I will give you the solution and how may we to improve and trying to encourage you guys how to reduce it in the real problem. Okay. So I will give you a real example for this page. So here's the guy, his name is Ivan. I didn't got his real image, so I just got a fake one. So he's trying to operate in global. He also is a AI business owner, but he also fed which are biggest barriers in his business is he cannot use English in communication. And yeah, so let's see how can we solve those questions that we found in the communicate. So first is the key one, is the most important one. It is to making a communication skills training. Like before his business operating, you need to make a training for the communication, like people to use the English in communicate with each other, so it can reduce the risks between his employee, between the stakeholder and the investor also. Yeah. So the second one, it is making a partnership agreement. So this topic is for reduce the barriers, right? So discuss with the Ivan's partnership is quite important. Like they need to talking about the profit. They need to talking about their rules, the business rules also. For based on this one, for the third one is the profit distribution. After they discuss the law, the rules, they need to talk about how they're allocated their profit, like how many percent they have got in their work. Okay. Based on for this topic, we'll be also using on some knowledge that we learned in the integrated. So the first one is the impacted effort matrix. So we have distribute for three parts. So first one is high impact with low effort, and the high impact with the high effort, and the last one is quite useless, the low impact with the high effort. So we will be talking about for the last one, the low impact with the high effort, because why we say it is useless, because we paying more resource on it, but we get a really low impact for it. So we just pass it in right now and in the future. So what does it mean for the high impact with the low info? It is we need to work. We just using the lower use resource so we can get a significant impact in our business. It is quite the important one. We need to focus on this one. So in the long term, we can use the second one is high impact and high info. We pay more fat, we get more high impact, like such as the AI development, our machine improvement. We're trying to make this greater in the future, so we can just working in the long term, like trying to put more energy on it, put more power in it. Okay. Next is the DVF, including the desirable, viable, and feasible. So we will be discuss each of it. So let's back to the first one, the desirable. It is trying to satisfy the customer need, make them be happy, make them be feel satisfied. So but it is not the key one in this pitch. So we'll be looking for the second one, the viable. We're trying to make sure the business can be work in the long term and trying to make it to operating into the globalization. Sorry. And the last one is feasible. It is trying to make it true. like we actually can do it in the future, like making some after we're making some plan and some goal, we're trying to make sure it work. And next one, it is new company stakeholder responsibility discussion. So for the, we distribute for two parts. Is first one is stakeholder analysis and the cooperative responsibility. So the stakeholder analysis will be communicate with our investor, our stakeholder, our customer, and some governments responsible, and trying to make them understand what they need. So for the last one, it is cooperative responsibility. We need to become a athletic AI company. We need to respond for the social. We cannot doing some like air pollution or something like this, because the government will be increase the tax for our business. And for our IP law, because as far as you know, we are a AI business for the island, right? So we need to protect for our knowledge. So including patent and the trade security, to trying to protect our protect our profit. For the game chat, it is we're trying to make sure that each week doing the real work in the short term. So for the week 1 to week 2, we will be really focused on the communication training. For the week 3 to week 4, it is about resource allocated, because we need to make sure like which part of it is actually worth trying to make it high impact, high import, and it's low import. So for the week 5 to week 6, it is for the partnership agreement. We need to chat with our investor. And for week 7 to 8, we'll be make sure if our profit is work, our cash flow it is normal. And the last week, it's not the last week, but for the last cycle of our week, it is trying to make it cross globalize. Okay, let's doing greater business active in the future. Let's work together. Yeah.